Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of South Carolina Fireside Chats. I am one of your hosts, Adam Cokes. I'm over here, of course, is my better half, Tony Spain.
Good to be here.
He's looking very snazzy today.
I
like the outfit. You look like you just came from church.
Yeah, I wish I could say that, but that would be a lie.
Yeah.
And that would be bad. So.
Well,
I did not make it to church.
Did not make it to church? Well, take that, God. So enjoy that little slap in the face. So, what's on your mind, Tony? What's going on?
Well, you know, it's a beautiful day in South Carolina, and so we have that to be thankful for.
It is.
And it's been a very, very busy week.
It's a crazy week.
It's been a crazy week. Mm-hmm. Crazy 2 weeks.
Really?
Since, like, you know, the last time.
Since the last episode.
That we spoke.
Since the last time we all saw each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, one of the things that's going on is our buddy James Clyburn is back in the news.
Really?
You know, and
what'd he do?
Well, he decided that he was going to avoid the metal detectors at the house, going to the house floor.
Right.
And they fined him $5,000.
Was he packing?
Well, we don't know. So
really?
I don't think it was ever determined why he did it or if they found anything. I don't really know. That part of the story was left out.
That's disappointing. I always liked James Clyburn.
I mean, well, he's not the first one to do it.
Yeah.
Of course, he's going to appeal it because he says that their account of the situation doesn't match what actually happened. Of course, but it's basically the same thing that the 2 Republicans got caught doing it.
I could see a Republican.
Same scenario. They went to use the restroom,
right.
And when they came back from the restroom, they avoided the metal detector going back in.
Oh, that.
And so, now they're fining him, and we'll see what the outcome is.
I could see a Republican carrying a gun, but I mean Democrats. I could see that too. That's not a good sign.
Right.
That's exactly what happened before the first Civil War. So that's troubling.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I hope it's. I mean, it could be that, or it could be like a little canister or something illegal. You never know.
Never know.
You'd be surprised. I bet you it gets really weird in that chamber. So
yeah,
I would not be shocked. Like someone's tripping. One of the senators took acid or something. They were like, what? I could see that happening a lot more than you think.
That would be pretty surprising.
It would.
But in the last year, I'll believe almost
anything. Yeah. They probably had like some secret drug.
You could tell me that they found elephants on Mars, and I would have to look it up, but I would not be overly shocked.
Well, this may be considered a QAnon conspiracy, but I've heard they've rediscovered some of them, and they won't share it with all of us.
I don't even know.
Guarding all the some.
You're going to have to enlighten me.
It's an ancient drug in India. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
We'll move on. We'll move on. So, another wonderful thing we have up. It's okay. We'll get to you in a minute. So, another wonderful thing that's going on. Not wonderful. Actually, a wonderful thing like the Chauvin verdict.
Mm-hmm.
He was convicted.
Yes.
Now I think he was guilty of manslaughter, but the jury decided to convict him of all 3 counts.
Was it 3? I thought it was 2.
3 counts, I think.
Okay.
Well, he got 1 count of manslaughter and 2 counts of was like 2nd and 3rd degree murder, I believe. So, I mean, we should all be peaceful and happy, right? Everything's good, right?
I don't know. I mean,
that was sarcasm.
Oh.
I was being completely sarcastic about that. Is everything all is forgiven?
Is it not good?
Well, I mean, there's still rioting going on, but yeah, but I do agree with the verdict at least. I mean, I think at least it'll give people a little sense of like there was justice served.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know that. I don't know Minnesota law, so you know, but in order to have murder, in my understanding, is there has to be actual intent.
Yeah.
I would find it hard to prove that. Again, I don't know. I wasn't in the courtroom. I didn't really watch much of the trial.
I kept up with it on Powerline. They got that
Yeah.
pretty well. They said like they thought that basically the prosecution had the superior case, and the defense attorney, it was kind of like they were thinking he was going to bring more, and he didn't bring it. You know.
Right.
So that's that. So it was like, I think the prosecution just probably made a better case, and it was easy for the jury to be like, yeah, all 3 counts,
Yeah.
and we're done with this.
Yeah.
And at least there wasn't like, I guess it could have been a crazier response to it. So we should be thankful for that.
I guess so.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
And then unfortunately there's a lot of other issues going on. I don't even want to keep count of all the other weird incidents. I'm wondering I wonder if it's maybe just like social media makes it impossible, like every single incident you hear about it.
Yeah.
So it makes it seem like there's more.
Yeah, well, I think information travels a lot faster than it used to.
Yeah.
And, if you didn't have social media,
Yeah.
a lot of this stuff would never be in the national public spotlight.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I don't like social media, because it
Yeah.
puts so much attention on everything else except for what's actually going on in your own backyard.
And what's actually
Right.
important.
And because to me, I'm more concerned about what's going on in my own backyard
Yeah.
than what's going on 1,500 miles away.
Well, that's the way you're supposed to operate.
Right.
It's kind of
But,
weird, isn't it?
yeah, that
Yeah.
social media has kind of taken that away.
Yeah.
So.
Well, screw you, Mark Zuckerberg. We hate you here at South Carolina Fireside Chats with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns. And Jack Dorsey, too. I don't like that guy. I don't like the hipster look. That's probably the thing I hate the most about him.
Yeah.
He has that weird hipster look. It's like, dude, you're putting product in that beard. You don't look like a caveman. You don't look tough or manly at all. You look like a hairy, effeminate person. So, good job, Jack.
Right.
So, anyway, what's crazy too? Lexington County has banned the mask mandate, or there's no mask mandate. I'm so excited about it, I can't even get it out correctly, that I don't have to wear a mask anymore going around Lexington.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My opinion, I think it's probably about time.
Yeah. I can smell the sweet smell of
I
freedom
think
again.
Columbia has still got a mask mandate till maybe May.
May?
Yeah, and then Richland County, I'm not sure, but it's still in effect.
Richland County always sucks.
I don't know. I know there's a lot of
Government
places. Right. I know there's a lot of places that are not following it anymore.
That's great.
It is,
I've been going into sometimes I didn't have to have a mask. Like one time I walked through the mall during Christmas with no mask, just to see if anybody would stop me, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So, and I put it on Facebook, and I think I was like taped it. I put it on Facebook and stuff like that. I didn't want my girlfriend to see it though.
Right.
My girlfriend takes that stuff very seriously, and she would have punished me, and not in the good way. That would not have been in a good way. It would have been the bad kind of punishment. So.
But I know there's only a handful of counties still in the state that do have a mask mandate, and I was actually in Horry County. Sorry, I get that right.
You're all hoary out there, Horry.
But right.
You're hoary.
But
that was clever.
There's absolutely nobody wearing masks.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
Because they're hoary.
There. So.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Well, that's on you, hoary.
Right.
I'm gonna call him hoary. I don't care about hoary. I'm calling him hoary. This is funny to me. So, but with the vaccine and everything, it's like another example. I think did you hear about the DC statehood thing?
Yes.
See, they went for DC statehood.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a while.
Sneaky
They've been
people.
trying for a while now
Yeah.
to do DC statehood.
Well, it won't pass. It won't get past the Senate.
Well, we'll see. Even if it does, there's going to be a legal battle over it because
We got to get to 60. Well, it's unconstitutional.
yeah, it is unconstitutional.
Yeah.
And everything that I've looked at it is it being unconstitutional. But the argument is that they're not getting representation.
Right.
And the easy fix to this is get it back to Maryland because
Right.
that's where the territory came from anyway.
Right.
But the Democrats don't want to do that because they want the 2 extra Senate seats.
Yeah.
So it's a power grab.
Oh,
I
obviously.
mean, so
But I don't think it'll even get to the floor for a vote. You have to have 60 votes.
yeah,
They can't get rid of the filibuster, so they can't get past that.
right.
They won't get past the Senate. I just think, is it an example of the Biden administration stalling? Is that what's happening?
What do you
out
mean
there.
stalling?
Stalling out, like, I mean, what really are they getting accomplished? They've got the stimulus package and some executive orders.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I mean, Obama at least got Obamacare. Yeah, no, like,
well, I mean,
where's
he's
gonna
only
be
100 days
Biden?
in, so I mean, let's,
Yeah,
you know.
but I don't think that. I think a lot of people are already spooked in the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
I think you got Manchin and Sinema. They pretty much thrown the cold water on all that. So I don't know. I guess we just get to watch him drool for 4 years. That'll be exciting. It'll be about as interesting as watching golf or watching grass grow, which is basically the same thing. If you think about it, it'll be probably that interesting. I'm thinking. I don't know what you use it.
Well, I think golf is about as interesting as
Yes.
watching the grass grow.
Yes.
So there's that.
There's that. But I don't know all that craziness about Biden. It's crazy. That dude, he's been in the Senate for 120 years. Did you know that?
It seems that way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what it's felt like.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the actual number, but that's what it's felt like.
Yeah, it's more like 47.
Yeah, something like that. So, it's really sad. Prince Phillip died.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that terrible?
It is,
Terrible.
isn't it? Yeah.
We're Americans. We're like, what?
Yeah. We fought a war 200 years ago so that I don't have to care.
Right. It is
but
sad. He was like
it
an
is.
old
I mean,
school dude.
it's the passing of a human being, and
Well, he was an old school dude. That's what I
yeah,
like about him.
right.
Yeah.
So,
He was an old school.
may
get
he
on
rest
with
in
it.
peace.
Yeah, he's an old school. Get on with it.
Right.
Type, Like in Monty Python. We've all seen that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch Holy Grail?
I did.
Yes.
It was very funny.
It was awesome. Well, perhaps we should get on with it. Right.
Right.
I think so.
Yes.
Right. And also, Caitlyn Jenner is running
For governor.
of California.
Yeah. Right.
And if I was in California, she'd have my vote.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's one of the ironic things is like, she's Republican.
Yeah. Well, Bruce was a Republican.
Right. Well, now
So
she is.
I guess Caitlyn is as
whatever
well.
the convoluted logic is
Yeah.
of all of this, she now is Republican.
Right.
And
But
so,
is it really she? Because isn't it still he?
I mean, didn't she?
I don't follow the science.
Did it get like gender reassignment surgery? Did that actually happen?
Yeah.
It did. So,
right.
so there's no penis there anymore. It's
Right.
a
But
vagina.
biologically, it's still
Biologically, well, yeah, the DNA still says
Right.
that
Yeah.
she is a man. This is why I get frustrated. I turn into a crotchety old man about it.
Mm-hmm.
Back in my day, like that kind of stuff. Like,
Right.
and so I don't know how it works, but like I think if she has gotten the gender reassignment surgery, I will call her a she
Okay.
because she's actually gone through the process of transferring over. So I feel like I have to respect that.
Yeah.
But there are times when I've dealt with someone who basically is he really has just grown his hair out and is wearing a dress. But there's been no hormone therapy, no surgery or anything. I'm like, well, that's a transvestite.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a woman. We used to call you a transvestite back in my day.
Right.
And it's like, so that's the way I look at it. It's like, if you've actually taken steps. Like, I know a very funny comedian up in Greenville, or in the Greenville area, who is trans. And, I mean, you can tell at one point she was a he. But, I mean, she's had surgery and everything, and I'm like, okay, all right, yes,
Well,
you are now a she. But
each their
biologically, that woman could totally kick my ass. Like, completely. It wouldn't even be difficult. So she is a very muscular woman. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So I will never be anything but nice and sweet in her presence.
Right.
Because I don't need to get my ass kicked by a transgender woman. That's just not a good look anyway around.
To each their own, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me if what you want to do to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, it's your body. That's what I look at.
but what will be interesting is if Caitlyn wins, will Caitlyn be the first woman governor of California?
Well,
Or
first of all,
will
that depends
he
on
be the first woman governor
that
of
depends on
California?
your perspective. It depends on your perspective on that. And also, you got to think about it like, is California so crazy about identity politics that the only thing that would make them vote for a Republican is if it's a transgender woman? Then, if that is where that state is gone.
Or do you lose your transgender credibility because you are a Republican?
That's right. See, they're in the conundrum now in California.
It's
And
interesting.
I am going to enjoy it. I am purchasing popcorn shares.
Yeah. Well,
Right
it
after
definitely will
this
be
show.
entertaining.
Yeah. So you got anything else on your mind, man?
Well, there was a very interesting article that I ran across this week, and it didn't get a whole lot of attention. I'm really kind of surprised that it didn't get a whole lot of attention.
Post office
Not
thing?
even from the conservative media did it get a whole lot of attention.
What?
But the United States Post Office is spying on you.
How are they spying on people?
So they're basically, there's a covert operation going on at the post office to monitor your social media accounts to see what you're posting and what you might be organizing.
Really?
Yeah. And
So,
it's called ICOP, which I wrote down what that actually stands for, if I can find it. Internet Covert Operation Program.
Really?
Yeah. Now, the Postal Service says that they're doing this to protect their postal workers from...
Sure.
Right. So, but I just find it interesting that, you know, the post office is spying on you in this way, and nobody really seems to care, you know. And I don't know. I wish the Postal Service would go back to doing what they used to be good at, which is delivering the mail.
Yeah, I know. Well, we had Donovan Stroud
Right.
on here.
That's right.
He was a post office
Yeah.
worker. Which is why, I mean, I find it to be sad that neither rain nor sleet nor, neither rain nor sleet nor snow will keep them from committing fascism. What is their whole love now?
I don't even remember.
I tried to make that work, everybody.
Mhm.
Sorry about that. It was very clever.
Yeah.
If I had pulled it off, but I didn't. So I think that is pretty messed up, though. I mean, fortunately, I'm really trying to keep it. I only post on Facebook like once a week
Right.
or something. Like I share this.
Well, I
I
just
don't really
figure
do
that
much
the
else.
FBI probably already has a file on me that is a novel long,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I really don't care.
Well, you know, I mean, if they're gonna keep a file on me, I'm now going to start including dick pics on everything I do, so they get to look at that in my file every day,
Hmm.
and then, you know, they'll actually have something to masturbate to. Anyway, I took it into a weird place.
You did.
I did.
You're
Sorry
really
about
good
that.
at that.
I am very
Yeah.
good at that. I always take it to the weird
Yep.
place.
A talent that many don't have.
I know, but I mean, I'm but a vessel for the genius to flow through. I don't know what else to tell you. So, anything else before we move on, or are you good?
I guess, I think we're good.
You good?
Unless you have anything.
I don't think so. What I have is headlines. And these headlines, now, if you're just joining us for the first time, I come up with one fake headline, and I have 4 weird ones, and Tony gets to decide which one is fake.
It's kind of abuse, but I take it.
It is, I know. It's actually kind of sexual in that way. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, I know, right? See, I told you I could take it to a weird place. All right, number 1. Man cooking up ramen in a Speedo accidentally shoots himself in the nuts with 20 bottle rockets. Okay, that's a good one to start with,
Wait,
I think.
20 bottle rockets?
20 bottle
When
rockets.
just look, I mean,
Exactly.
So like the
20
whole
bottle
pack?
rockets. Yes, the whole pack.
In the package.
It's impressive. It's very impressive. I'm not your food. Wyoming jogger reasons with bear and face off. Okay, that's number 2.
Did he live?
I don't know. These
Oh,
are
you
headlines.
didn't
We don't
read
know
the
if he
story?
lived. No, not at all. These are headlines. I don't really got just find the headlines.
Okay.
So, man forgot he tried on a hat. That really was, well, you get to choose which one is fake. Sorry. I was just going to give that one away. Argentinian pro-abortion leader dies during abortion.
Okay.
Okay. And then the last one, monkey hailed as hero after foiling robbery. Okay. So, now we go back down the headlines and we see which one you choose which one is, if it's real or fake, okay?
Alright.
So, man cooking up ramen in a Speedo accidentally shoots himself in the nuts with 20 bottle rockets.
False.
No, that one was real.
That was real.
That one was real.
What was it
If
false?
I was able to come up with something like that, I actually would be funny.
Yeah.
And clever. We'll keep going though. I'm not your food. Wyoming jogger reasons with bear and face off.
That's true.
Yes. Man forgot he tried on a hat.
I forget things all the time, true.
Yeah, that's true. Argentinian pro-abortion leader dies during abortion.
The irony. True.
Yes, that was true. Which means the fake one was monkey hailed as hero after
really?
robbery. That one was fake.
I wanted that one to be true.
I know. Don't you want? It would be probably like the most awesome
Yeah.
scene ever, where the monkey just takes on the robber. I hope it would turn into like some action scene where there would be like, you know, cool music and they just rage all over the store.
Right.
Yeah. And then the monkey finally like, yeah. The only problem is how would it do like a cool catchphrase after it beats the, you know, like clean up on aisle, you know, something like that. You know?
Right.
The monkey can't do that. That would be the only disappointing thing about it. Well, now that we got that out of the way, we're going to bring on our guest. Why don't you introduce our guest?
Sure. So today we have April Jones, and she runs the Pinehurst Farmers Market, which is really close to here in the neighborhood.
Uh-oh.
And, and she'll tell us how that all got started. But she's also very active in the community, and she's been on this crusade and fighting for food security, or fighting for food security. Sorry.
For food security.
Yeah, right.
I like it. It makes food sound dangerous. I like that.
But she's been in several publications. She's been in the state paper, the Post and Courier, and I'm not sure where else, but she's all over the place.
Wait, you're telling me she's way more famous than us?
No. Yes, you could say that.
Yes. Okay.
No. So, but let's not waste any more time and
here we go.
Bring her on. Yeah.
Yeah. I never want to turn that off.
I know.
It's good music.
I know, right? Hello, April.
Hello.
How are you?
Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thanks.
coming.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about everything we talked about?
I thought it was enthralling.
Oh,
enthralling. Very
She's
interesting.
lying.
No, it's very interesting. A lot of headlines I hadn't heard about.
I know.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's been a crazy. We probably could have fit a lot more in there.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
right?
but time constraints.
Well, yeah,
so-
we can't let this go. We
Right.
don't want to like make you that happy for that long.
Right.
You know, we can't do that. So,
Yes.
how's life treating you?
It's going well.
Good.
Like Tony said, it's a beautiful day in South
That's
Carolina.
right.
It is,
I love
right?
it.
And you're growing food for
I
people.
am. I'm growing a lot of food. So it's been a lot of work, but it's exciting. I love it.
So take us through a day in the life of a farmer's market person.
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work. You know, it starts off with, they say every 3 to 5 days you should plant a seed, right? To continue your harvest throughout the year. So, you know, every 3 to 5 days I'm planting a seed, whether it's a pea, a gourd, a squash, a pumpkin, a watermelon, tomato, etc.
Lot of seeds.
A lot of seeds.
Lot of
I'm a
seeds.
seed queen.
Seed queen?
I love the seeds.
Sounds
I'm all
wonderful.
about the seeds.
I
So
like that.
I'm always planting a seed, watering, weeding, looking for pests, etc.
And so that again, that takes a lot of work, but I mean, where do you grow all of
So I have 2.5 acres
Really?
in Pinehurst.
Oh, wow.
It's a true story.
Oh, wow.
In the Pinehurst neighborhood,
Okay.
which is right off the Two-Notch Business Corridor by Benedict College Stadium.
So, how long have you had that?
How long have I been in Pinehurst?
No, yeah, how long have you had that land?
Oh, about 5 or 6 years now.
So how did the Pinehurst Farmers Market get started, and how long have you been there?
So we started because we are in a food apartheid area, which means we don't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables.
Right.
There was a grocery store on Beltline, Piggly Wiggly,
Right.
and then we also had the Save-A-Lot off of, I think it's Elmwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So both of those closed about 2 years ago.
Which is very unfortunate because the Piggy Wiggly had the best pork chop sandwich that you could ever get.
Really?
I don't know why, but yeah, I used to go there for lunch.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you'd be surprised, like, a spot will have, like, one really good item.
And then just
Like-
one day it was closed. Like, I mean, no warning, nothing. It was just not there anymore.
Cue the Larry David bit about how they just destroyed one of the most reliable parts of your day.
Yeah,
This is not right. It's
Right.
not fair. No more pork chop sandwich.
right.
I get this every day. Yeah. So you're trying to fight the food apartheid. You're trying to cure that.
Well, you know, I think that I don't know if it's curable, but I'm
Right.
working on the process.
Right.
I'm working on the process. And you know, the thing about food apartheid is that I think we see with COVID-19
Mhm.
that we all have experienced food apartheid,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Right.
The grocery stores, which we relied
Toilet
on.
paper,
Right,
Toilet
absolutely.
paper apartheid.
Right,
It was crazy.
exactly. Whatever's
Yeah.
not available,
Yeah.
supply chain is not reliable. So
Yeah.
we all have to be
That's-
more resilient.
Yeah, because when I was running for county council,
Yes.
and that's how I met you, actually.
Yes.
And we talked about this because that was a huge concern during COVID.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that there wasn't any food available, it was that farmers couldn't get their food to the market.
Absolutely.
Right.
And especially local farmers,
Yeah.
because they have to deal with these enormous processing plants
Yeah.
in order to get their food to the market.
See, I would
And-
think local would be easier.
Well, it should be, and it used to be. In the 70s, it was easier.
Yeah.
But the federal government stepped in and took over all the regulations from it. So there is no,
Wait, you're saying the government made something worse?
I know, it's hard to believe.
Oh.
It's really, really hard to believe.
My God. Okay, I have never heard of that ever. They made something worse than
Right.
before. Wow.
But
My world is
they've been trying to fix it. There's actually a bill in the House, and I don't know if it's ever going to reach committee or not,
Yeah.
which it should. But anyways, it's a bipartisan bill with 2 co-sponsors.
This is in Congress or
It's in the House.
in the House?
And it's called the Crime Act.
Mhm.
But what it would do is, it would basically make your local farmers, so let's say you have cattle and food in South Carolina,
Mhm.
that you can take it to a local processor
Mhm.
instead of having to take it maybe 2 states over to get it processed,
Right.
right? And as long as you're going to sell it in South Carolina.
Okay.
So if there's no like interstate commerce going on, then you can have it inspected in a state inspecting place and have it processed, and then that gets it to the market more economically
Yeah.
safe and easier
That
for the
seems like
for the
common
local
sense.
farmer.
I'm down
Right.
for it.
Yeah, it sounds like the right idea.
Yeah, but I don't know what the holdup is.
So is food security part of this whole?
Absolutely.
So-
It's a whole spectrum. So
Tell-
it's about
tell
food
everybody
sovereignty,
about-
which
yeah.
means we should have sovereignty, ownership of our own food, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
our own food systems and processes.
Mhm.
And then there's food apartheid, which means people are in food areas that don't have access to fresh food. So
Right.
we all agree everybody should have access to fresh, healthy food.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's all in the same spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's more about everybody. I mean, you'll never get a redneck South Carolinian disagree with the idea of sovereignty.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're
Right.
never going to be opposed to that.
Never.
And when you put food in front of it, I'm like, I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with that. You know. So that's the most clever thing I'm going to say all day. That's what's really sad. It won't get any better than that. But so what else do you want to promote? Like, what do you want to talk
So
about?
come out to the Pinehurst Farmers Market.
Yeah,
We would love
absolutely.
it.
When is it?
Every Wednesday
Every
from
Wednesday.
1:30 until 3 o'clock on 2614
Yeah.
Schoolhouse Road.
Yeah.
And we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram,
Yeah.
and we would love any support.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
out, buy a vegetable. We have strawberries, asparagus, blueberries are coming.
Yeah.
We have fabulous eggs. I mean, just the
Yeah.
most amazing stuff.
And that's good because there's a lot of that going on
Yeah.
in this town. You know,
Yeah.
They have that farmer's market
Mhm.
on Main Street. Every what was it, Saturday?
It's every Saturday.
Yeah.
But you got yours on Wednesday.
It's very small, quaint, quick and easy.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get all kinds of veggies.
Veggies.
She's the seed queen.
Yeah.
That's right.
I am a
It's
seed
not
queen.
good.
We have a
Yeah.
seed bank, also the nonprofit,
Yeah.
the Pinehurst Community Action Nonprofit.
Yeah.
And with our nonprofit, that's our action wing of the work that we're doing.
Mhm.
And so we do have a seed bank. So if you would like a seed, reach
Yeah.
out to us, the Pinehurst Community Action Nonprofit. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram,
Cool.
and I'll be happy to get a seed to you. Or you can come out to the
Yeah.
Pinehurst Farmers Market
Every Wednesday.
every Wednesday.
That's
Get
right.
your seeds.
So any
Perfect.
other political causes, anything else you want to promote, anything you're thinking?
Yeah, I think it's important for all of us to get civically engaged.
Yes.
This is an awesome forum.
Yeah.
Talk about politics. Politics is life. Life is politics.
Yeah.
Policy is life. Life is policy. And those laws that our legislators are creating affect us directly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we should have a direct connection with our legislators and tell them how we think and how we view things and what society we want in our city, right?
Well,
So,
it should start with your own.
exactly.
Yeah.
And our values.
Yeah. And then every little community did that.
Exactly.
We'd be led to the promised land.
Exactly.
So we'll think about that. We'll have to work on that next time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So the last segment of the show is where we have a nice little discussion called Who Would Win in a Fight?
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. I
All
forgot
right.
to tell you about that.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, we picked two random political figures.
Yes.
We've had everything from George Washington to Lincoln to
Yeah.
Eleanor Roosevelt to, and who was that? Amelia Earhart.
Mm.
I still think it was Amelia Earhart who should have won that one.
Yeah.
We might have gone with Eleanor Roosevelt. But today, we have Lord Palmerston and Pitt the Elder.
So
These
who
are two
those?
British prime ministers.
Okay.
Okay.
From way back in the day.
Yeah, way back in the day.
Like
I really did
1500s,
pick the
right?
weirdest one. That I really should have probably picked someone we both all knew. Now all of us. But anyway, Lord Palmerston was president or he was prime minister, not president, around the American Civil War. He was
Okay.
prime minister
Oh, so
back
it was
then.
later than this.
Oh,
Yeah,
so-
and then Pitt the Elder was the early William Pitt, obviously because he's the elder.
Right.
So, I think basically because Pitt has the elder, that makes him seem tougher.
But who is he?
He's a British prime minister.
Oh, but he was before Palmerston?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh.
I think so. I have no idea. I should have researched this.
So he's got old man strength.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just because he has elder in his title, Pitt the Elder, it just makes him sound tougher. You know, like Lord Palmerston sounds like a fun.
Yeah.
You know, like he really, like he'd have like a frilly powdered wig on or something like that. You know, Pitt the Elder seems like he's, you know. I mean, I'm just speculating because I know nothing about either one of them.
Yeah, I don't know anything really about either one either, and we fought a war again 200 years ago, so that I don't have to know anything about
So the
either.
rule is no more prime ministers, is what you're saying. Only American political.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Oh, okay.
No, I probably should have done more research myself. But I'm going to call it a draw because I don't know.
I'm going with Pitt the Elder. I'm going to stick with Pitt the Elder. So, I think it just makes him sound like if someone was going into like an MMA ring and they had like a title, like it wasn't just their name. It was like Frank the Butcher. I'm going to be way more afraid of Frank the Butcher than I am of, you know, what's that guy? Colin McGregor. I'm going to be way more afraid of Frank the Butcher. So I think I'm going with Pitt the Elder. So you say draw.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay,
draw.
Pitt the Elder.
Who's going to go with Palmerston?
Palmerston.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
being contrarian?
I am.
think she
totally.
is.
100%.
Totally
100%. You found me out.
I'm gonna throw my water on the ground.
Right.
All right.
So I guess we're going to have to call it a
It's
draw.
a draw,
It's
right?
a draw.
Because none of us have any idea.
Draws are not inspirational.
They're not.
But you know what is what we are going to leave you all with.
Aw.
And now is the time for a moment of inspiration, and we'll see you next time.
You really had a whole generation that moved away from the land. But now, there's a retelling of that story.
Good morning. To consider myself a black farmer, I first have to forgive how farming was introduced to us. It was taught from generation to generation never to plant again. But you have to look beyond that.
It's an honor to be a black farmer. It's a tribute back to your ancestors. It's a labor of love.
I was really purposeful in choosing this side of town. This is where I live, and also this is where we have the highest concentration of food deserts in the city of Atlanta. It's not about necessarily we're gonna grow all the food that the country needs, but it's like having people have that connection so they can have a better understanding, and then they can value food more.
My outlook on urban farming is that we meet people where they're at. We're boots on the ground. And I think that's important, that I know who my customer is, what my customer needs, and how I can grow for that customer. The Gilliam's Mobile Farmers Market came about when my mom had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and I seen the way her eating habits was. So I did a study to find if other seniors were going through the same ordeal that my mother was. They were lacking in nutrition, lacking in vitamin D, potassium, zinc, all of these things that you can really get from food.
Today we have squash, cucumbers, we have a bok choy. What's your favorite vegetable? Collards. All right. Enjoy your visit today.
I'm really trying to change the way and how people are shopping. People are used to big box stores, and now shopping at market, it becomes more of a weekly habit. CSAs are a really good way for the public to support farmers. And it gives us this guaranteed market, this cash infusion at the beginning. And then customers get a chance to see how the food is grown. They get to ask questions, they get to engage.
This is like the next best thing to having my own garden.
And what do you think about the fresh food?
Delicious!
I love it.
I wanted to have a protein, to bring to the farmer's market. So I'm like, eggs. So we had chickens, and then one day he brought home hogs. And then another day he brought home goats.
I would like to raise rabbits and fish and a major donkey and maybe a couple alpacas.
Alpacas. Ooh, alpacas.
Hey, Lovey. Hey, P. I see magic being created every day. I'm here from sun up to sundown. I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful thing to be a farmer.
Oh yeah, how did that go?
Yeah, my CSA was good today. So this is how I get the love and the flavor in my food. It's really good.
It's really good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It makes you feel proud. It's an honor to feed somebody when they're down out in their luck or they can't find fresh food. So I just use it as a gift.
To farming.
Oh my God, the strawberries are so good. The mint.
Yep.
The mint is pretty good.
Yeah.
I know, I married a farmer and I hate bugs, but he changed how I look at food. I believe that he saved my life.
Hey, it's Tony Spain here from SC Fireside Chats. I hope you really liked our show today. Did you know you can watch all of our shows on our YouTube channel for free? That's right, the entire catalog. It's all right here. So check it out and make sure you click on that little like button down there, because that's how we know that you like this great show. So check it out and make sure you hit the subscribe button and then ring the little bell. And that's how you will get updates every time we have new content. Thanks for watching.